I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. We turn now to page 57 in the Grade 3 Discovering Music Theory workbook, looking at the practice exam paper at the end of the book, and we now move on to the topic of keys and scales. And I will just reiterate that it's really important to just try and work through this from memory as a mock exam. Take it as if it was an actual exam, even if it's just section by section, because this will really help you to become thoroughly aware of what it is that you perhaps need to just do a bit of extra revision on. It's okay to learn by your mistakes. I know I always say that. However, work in pencil, you can just erase it out and have another go. Much better to make your mistakes now instead of on the exam, and you will learn much more thoroughly that way. And so let's press on and check through these answers, looking at section 3, keys and scales. And so I suggest that you quickly, just on a piece of scrap paper, which would be allowed in the exam so long as it's a clean piece of paper, just quickly write out all of your major and minor key signatures, and that way you're only going to need to think of it all once, and you can think of it in a methodical way, and then you can just keep referring to that instead of continually kind of having to think, oh, now what's this? It wastes a lot of time and can also cause mistakes as you get a little bit pressured under exam circumstances. So we know that E flat major has a key signature of B flats, E flats and A flats. So of course that can't be right. There's too many flats for a start. Now this looks like it could be right, but there's a particular way of drawing these key signatures, and it's always in this sort of diagonal pattern, and so the E flat should be there. That's the key signature for E major actually, so a bit of a red herring there, and this is the one that we want. Now how do we show the key signature for F sharp minor? F sharp minor is related to A major, which has a key signature of F sharps, C sharps, G sharps. And so this one looks like it could be correct. However, the way these are positioned, they're actually written in the treble clef. In bass clef, that's an A sharp, that's an E sharp, that's a B sharp. So they should be all down a line. That's incorrect, that's A flat major. Here we have F sharps, C sharps and G sharps properly written in the bass clef. That's the one we want. And this one, it looks okay until here we need that diamond pattern to have the G sharp there. And because it's always written in exactly the same way, you know at a quick glance it's the key signature of 3 sharps, F, C, G. No need to work it out. It's always written that way, so it's instantly recognisable. Let's move on. So we have a melody in the key of B minor. However, we have certain accidentals which are not needed. Well, let's think what is needed. B minor is related to D major, which has a key signature of F sharps and C sharps. And then don't forget, we could have in the melodic minor form the raised 6th and 7th. So let's think about this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. So of course the F and the C are sharpened because of your key signature. And then we could have the raised 6th in the melodic minor or the raised 7th in the melodic minor. We'd have the raised 7th in the harmonic minor, and the descending version of the melodic minor would just have those. So these sharps here, C sharp, F sharps and C sharps, G sharps and A sharps, can all be expected in one form or another of the minor key. And so we have the F sharps and C sharps in the key signature. So we don't need those twice. If they're in the key signature, they don't need to be accidentals. Now here we have a D natural. Well, that's completely redundant. It's already a D natural. There's no need to say so. It's already that. It's not cancelling anything. So that's incorrect. Now we have a G sharp and an A sharp, which are perfectly acceptable in the melodic minor form. So they are legitimate. So we don't need to cross those. And then we can cancel those coming down for the descending version of the scale, which is what's happening here, coming down in the relative key signature only. So they are acceptable. So we don't need to cross those. That's the descending melodic minor. Then here we have an F sharp. Well, that's not needed because the key signature is doing that job for us, so there's no need to do that. It's already done. And then here we have, let's work out what note this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a B, an octave lower, and that's completely redundant because it's already natural. It's not cancelling anything. It's already just B anyway. And so we don't need that one. We don't need that one. Let's move on. Now we need to properly describe which key each of these melodies are in. So let's see what clues we've got. We have a G sharp, an F sharp. We're in the treble clef, remember. We're in the F sharp here. Now we have a D sharp and a C sharp. So what do we have? Remember, if the order of sharps goes F, C, G, D, we have the whole key signature present, and there's nothing missing, or there's nothing that we can't explain as part of that key signature. And we know that 4 sharps is the key signature for E major. Let's see what's going on here. Now then, we have, again in the treble clef, we have a C sharp, we have a G sharp, and again we have a C sharp here. Now it's not possible to have a C sharp and a G sharp in a key signature unless there's an F sharp also. The key signature must be F, C, G sharps. So that whole key signature would need to be present. So we've got to think, why is it that there's no F sharp? But actually, if you glance through, there's no F note at all. And so that's why there's no F sharp, because there's no F to sharpen. Next bar, there could well be. We just don't know that. And so we have to have the whole key signature in order to accommodate these. It's not a minor key. There's no raised sevenths. It's just that we don't have an F to show us the full complement of the key signature. And we know that 3 sharps is A major. Next bar, there could well be a note F, and it would have to be F sharp. Now then, what do we have here? Now the big clue here is that we have a flat and a sharp. It's not possible to have a flat and a sharp in a key signature. A sharp is raised, and so that's our clue, and that's our raised 7th. Or it could be kind of the 6th and 7th if there were others as well. So, but that's going to be the raised 7th. And then let's think about here. It could be cancelled because it could be coming back to the key signature only. It could be the melodic minor version. And so the flat can only be explained as a key signature. Let's see if that all works out. So we have a key signature of B flats, which could be F major, but that wouldn't explain the sharp. And the relative minor is D minor. And then here, if D minor is our key, the 7th is D, E, F, G, A, B, C sharp. So that perfectly explains the raised 7th, C sharp, the 8th is D, our tonic, and so that's perfectly explained as D minor. Let's turn the page. Continuing with the topic of keys and scales, we've now got to show which of these notes, 2 incorrect notes, don't belong to the key of E flat major. Well, we know that E flat major has B flats, E flats, A flats, and if it is that you're not comfortable in the bass clef, you could always just sort of, you know it's going to begin and end on E flat, all caps E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. Now, of course, it should be B flats. E flats, that occurs twice because that's at the beginning and the end of the scale, the tonic, and A flats. So this is incorrect for starters because it should be E flat. You don't have a tonic that isn't a tonic, as it were. Now D flat does not belong to that key signature. That's actually A flat major, so that's incorrect. And everything else is correct. We've done the 2 incorrect notes. There we go. Now this scale of C sharp harmonic minor is not complete. We're going to have to tick which box we need, but before we go ahead and start looking at the options, let's figure out and just sketch out what's going on here. So C sharp minor is related to E major, which is F sharps, C sharps, G sharps, D sharps in the key signature, plus we need to raise the 7th degree of the scale in the harmonic minor, whether it's ascending or descending. Now a scale just means step, so we're going space, line, space, line, space, line. So this is the space, that's the D. And if you're not comfortable in the treble clef, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, oh that's an A, there we go, A, B, C. So we need F sharps, G sharps, that's there. Oh, F sharps, C sharps, of course, G sharps and D sharps. And then we need the raised 7th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That needs raises and accidental. So what have we written here? We've written an F sharp. And the accidental is a B sharp. So that's that one. Let's continue. So we need to show which is the appropriate scale to properly show G harmonic minor ascending. Now G minor has a key signature of B flats and E flats, and then the harmonic minor has to have the raised 7th. G, A, B, C, D, E, F is the 7th that must be sharpened. So that's what we need. We need a B flat, an E flat and an F sharp. This one looks like it could be okay. Let's think now. However, it should be G, and that would be G if it was in the treble clef. So it's all wrong actually, all the notes are wrong. Let's see what happens here. We have G, A, B flat. We have E flats and F sharps going to G. So that's correct. Let's think why this one isn't correct. We have B flats and F sharps, but there's no E flat, so that's why that one won't work. Let's press on. So now we need F melodic minor descending. Now F minor is related to A flat major, which is B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats, and the descending version of the melodic minor scale is the key signature only. So we're looking for B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats. So here, if we're not happy with the bass clef, we can always just think, well, it's F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, and we should have B flats E flats, A flats, D flats. So there we're missing the E flat, so we know that's not correct. They're all descending, so we're okay so far. So we have a B flat, but then there's nothing else. We should have an E flat, an A flat and a D flat. So there's loads missing there. So hopefully this one will be correct. So we have a B flat, E flats, A flats, D flats, and it's all coming down in step. And there we go, it's that one. And then just turning the page one more time for this final question on this section. We need to make sure we correctly choose the correct version of E major descending, and E major has a key signature of F, C, G, D sharps. So let's think about this. And so again, if you're not very comfortable in the treble clef, you can always just make life easy for yourself. And we need F sharps, C sharps, G sharps, D sharps. So here we can see with the sharp missing, so that won't do. So we have F sharp, G sharp, there's our sharps. So that is our correct one. Let's see what's missing in this one. Well, we should have a C sharp here, and we should have a G sharp here. And so we've got the correct one there. So that's that little section completed. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee, and for advert-free lessons, you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.